This is just to go over the concepts we did today so students can understand their homework for tonight. Today we did fractions. We did the different types of fractions, such as 1/2, 3/4, and 5/8, where the numerator, the top number, is smaller than the denominator, the bottom number. So that's a proper fraction. An improper fraction is going to be if either the numerator and the denominator are identical, in which case they're equal to 1, or if the numerator is larger than the denominator. So these right here are improper fractions. So if it will stay a fraction with a smaller numerator, then it's proper. If it can change to a whole number, or in this case, 8/5, if you had 8/5, 5/5 would make a whole one, and then you would have 3 more extra fifths, so that would be 1 and 3/5. So if it can change to a whole number or a mixed number, it's considered to be an improper fraction. For homework, students have to identify which fractions, for instance, are less than or greater than or equal to a pound. So once again, on number 5, they have 7/8. That would be proper. It's less than. They have 9/7. It's improper because the numerator is greater than the denominator. And then on 10/10, they're equal, which means it's going to be equal to 1. So it's an improper fraction because we would actually write it as a 1. So proper, improper, improper. Now, one of the concepts that students have is that a fraction is a division problem. And when we have a number such as 1/2, that is really 1 divided by 2. So our numerator becomes our dividend inside the bracket. Our denominator is on the outside. And if I put a decimal point and a 0, 1/2 is the same as 0.5. So a fraction is a division problem. And students are going to be using this when they get to section 8. So if you look at 8a, it's 13/3. Now if students wanted to, they could actually go through and say, this is 3/3. Then we can make another one, 4, 5, 6/3, 7, 8, 9/3, 10, 11, 12/3, and then one more third would be 13/3. So they can see it's going to be 4 whole ones and 1/3. But we're going to go ahead and take 13/3 and make it into a division problem. 13 divided by 3, which is going to go in 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12. 1, and then we write our remainder here, and our denominator stays the same. So 4 and 1/3. So for all of these, the numerator will be inside the bracket. The denominator will be outside the bracket. Your whole number will be up here as the quotient. And then you're going to write your remainder on the top of the fraction and then have a denominator, because we're making a mixed number, which is a whole number mixed with a fraction. So to do another one, we have, let's go ahead and take a look at B, 95/11. So that's 95 divided by 11. So just as we read this, 95 divided by 11. 11 goes in there 8 times. It won't go into 9, so we can't put it over the 9. So 8 times 11 is 88. And then we're going to regroup here, and we get 7. And then our remainder goes up here, and our denominator stays the same. So that is equal to 8 and 7/11. For number 9, we're going to take mixed numbers and make them into improper fractions. 9a is 1 and 1/3. If we wanted to, we could draw out 1 and 1/3. And they want us to take this and find out what it's going to be as an improper fraction. So the size of the piece isn't going to change, so that's going to be thirds. So we're going to cut these both into thirds, and we have 1, 2, 3 thirds, which makes 1. And then this would be our 4th third over here in the second one. So we have 4